Hey class, welcome to English 241 online this summer. It is early British literature. This is a basic tutorial on how to get around the website in the Blackboard shell in order for you to do your best work and of course to be successful in the class. So the first thing you'll see here is that we've got everything you need. Here's where the syllabus can be found. The student acknowledgement form, the syllabus is posted in Word document. It'll be right here. You'll also see the textbooks. The textbook is right here. It's the Middle Ages, Restoration, and 18th century. You can get that in e-text if you want. You're welcome to purchase, and if you end up with an older version, it'll probably be pretty similar, but you are accountable for everything in the newest one, so keep that in mind. The other thing you'll see is the very first thing you want to access, and the most important thing for you is your weekly folders. Each one is labeled the time frame. There's obviously no late work, but one example here is week 1, where I say start here. This is the link to this video, and then you've got the class intro and Beowulf. It'll tell you what needs done. Complete all assigned tasks in the intro folder. So do that. When you go to the intro folder, you'll see what needs done. There's an intro on just the class itself, and then there's an introduction that we do that will help you guys kind of get to know each other and hopefully set up a more just friendly environment on the discussion boards. And then lastly, you will look at the discussion board rules themselves so you'll understand how everything works. And the basic rules are 250 words per post, and you want to read when everything's due each night because it kind of depends. It's a week for the summer. So when you go back to the weekly folders, you'll see that you've also got the other things that you need here are going to be Beowulf. And you'll have Beowulf. I don't have a discussion board because you can only do so many a week. There's the discussion questions because this is a tough one to comprehend. It's not required. It's just not for a grade. Here's a little video, and then this is my lecture, if you will, on Beowulf. I'm a big fan of Beowulf and early pieces like this, so I got my face in there as well. So when you go back and you keep looking at these things, you'll see that at each week there's more to it. There's other things. You'll see that you have Chaucer and the Canterbury Tales, as well as Thomas Malory and Morte d'Arthur. And I put some things in here that are not necessarily just comprehension. So discovering Arthur, read the article. Did he really exist? Which is very interesting, and how does that pertain to anything? So go through that. And then when you get to week 3, you'll see that you've got the Everyman play to read. And I've put some sources in here where you can see Performing Arts if you want to follow it that way. And there's a post. And the other thing for week 3 is your test. So we've got 3 tests over the 3 time frames. So test 1 is going to encompass a multiple choice test, right, as well as an essay. I'll have due dates on it and everything that you need. But what you'll note is you have this Norton study space. And this study space is something where you can access all kinds of great stuff. So you go to Middle Ages and you can create a study plan. Well, if you want to review the timeline, if you want to do an introduction quiz, you can say, well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at it and think, okay, we definitely read Gawain and the Green Knight. So you click on it. I'm going to study through this. I'm going to look at the 20 questions. And when you begin it, you can just kind of pick things, and wherever it goes, it says, all right, here's your feedback. This is a wonderful resource because the multiple choice tests, while they're not as heavily weighted, they are a large enough part to be worth your time, and it's the Norton material, so you'll want to make sure that you cover it through Norton as well. And you've got your period quiz as well, and you can pick it. Great spot for you guys to review things. And each test will be there, but you don't need to access tests specifically because you can just go through the weeks and it'll tell you what needs to be done. So the biggest key to success is staying on task each week and making sure that you get caught up because the folders will probably be unavailable after a certain point. Then you can keep moving forward. For example, when we get to week 7.3, Modest Proposal, Gulliver's Travels, and everything that is in these folders is what your tests will be covering. You've got a few resources available here too. So for example, here's period 1, as well as the timelines, right? So if you want to click on this, it gives you all kinds of great material and notes and things to tell you about the Anglo-Saxons and so on. You'll have other materials available as well. within there. And then the other resource you'll note is that up here, first of all, I wanted to make note that we do have my instructor info, so if you need anything, my bio is here. I have a work phone, but generally will not check that during the summer. Be glad to meet through any type of Teams with Microsoft or anything like that. Glad to do a phone call if it helps, and whatever works for you guys. I'm glad to do my best to support you in whatever way I can. The other thing that I'll make mention is down here under the testing, because there will be some writing on the test. I have a lot of writing resources, and these are specific to the things that you'll write for with literature, not just, but there's of course MLA citation, because everything will be MLA for this class. And then you've got writing about literature videos. The first one is reading the assignment, literary thesis, what do I need to do, and so on, and how an essay works, and just lots of different ideas using quotes. And it's a video by Norton, which is a lot of help. So you'll get a lot out of this if you watch those. One problem folks have is that with the essays, they don't always know how to take the next step to really analyze things, and these videos do a great job in making that happen. So you've also got your JCC grades, your email is here, and if there's anything else as far as Blackboard help, you can go through there to get help from the Blackboard folks. And much other than that, you've pretty much got everything you need right here. So please be in touch this summer. Make sure to email as you need it, and be sure to stay up to date on assignments. All right, best of luck moving forward.